there may be limitations as to what I can answer because the matter is sub judice, and I may have to appear before the Supreme Court because our Solicitor General has decided to recuse himself for his own personal reasons. And because of that, there will be limitations as to what I can answer. So please ask the questions that will not entail by violating the sub judice rule. Thank you.
Okay. To start off our conversation, sir, at the time the arrest, as we were talking about earlier, at the time of the arrest of former President Duterte, you were out of the country attending a conference on illegal drugs before the United Nations drugs in Austria. Sir, can we just start off with a question? Let's say it's by fate that you are out of the country attending an illegal drugs conference.
Well, nothing is coincidence, if you all believe it, right? But I was already about to board the plane when I was told that there were rumors about an ICC warrant coming out. But because I was about to board the plane, I couldn't do anything much but board the plane and hope that by the time I arrive in Vienna, things would still be okay. And that's it. I was able to make calls when the moment I arrived in Vienna to ask what was happening. And definitely, there was no news until 3 in the morning here when the diffusion order or warrant came out from the ICC towards the Interpol because it was transmitted to the Philippine Center for Transnational Crime. They were the ones who received it. So that's about the timeline that I know. Arriving in Vienna, I had to find out what was happening. And that was also the day after we read the country statement on illegal drugs, on our approach to the illegal drug problem. So that's about the story that I can tell you, at least for that time being, when we found out that there was a warrant that came out.
So you were directing the DOJ through Undersecretary, the OIC? Who is the OIC then?
The OIC of the DOJ was Nicolas T. And of course, I asked the Prosecutor General to make sure that he assisted Undersecretary T in the effort to make sense out of what was happening. Because you have to have a direction and an end goal on what was to be done in a situation like that.
And as a cabinet member of the Cluster on National Security, of course, you were your counsel was sought out, but was your OIC attending for you, or you were through?
No, he's a very competent undersecretary. He's a very learned man, and I trusted. I gave him all the trust that one can give a subordinate who you really trust. And I had no doubt that he would perform well under the circumstances. So that's about it.
So when the President Marcos appeared later in the evening, it was your brother, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla, who had to appear before the President as one of the key members, core group on deciding on the matters. So what can you say about your brother's performance there?
I think that he was able to do what he had to do, what was expected of him, and he was able to make sense out of the whole thing. Because it's a very chaotic moment. Remember that it's not an easy thing to go through when everybody is pulling in all directions.
No.
But I think he was able to acquit himself better.
But unfortunately, he's now being dragged into controversy because he has named his perceived cohorts in the core group, citing Defense Secretary Gibo Chidoro, si Anyo, NSA Security Anyo, and they have the common denominator of being once member of the Duterte clan, official family.
Well, that's par for the course. They're part of the national security cluster, and their work is very important to the country. And we really think that there are people who can be beyond politics and just do what the country needs. And that's the highest sign of professionalism displayed by the two gentlemen who were with my brother. And I admire them for that. Secretary Año and Secretary Chodoro performed very well under the circumstances.
And since you mentioned about the Solgen personal reasons to recuse himself, the Solgen, and Solgen is under the DOJ.
Actually, it's an attached agency.
Yeah.
His recusal was not on my clearance. He does not clear things with me. But of course, I consider it a personal reason. And if he did not want to use the office of the Solicitor General, that's his own reason. So I think that the resources of the government should not be wasted in a time like this. I think that we have to put our best legal minds to work. But the DOJ will be more than sufficient to defend the position of the Republic in this matter. I think that it's a time to assert our identity as the lawyer of the people in this case.
And since you said it is an attached agency of the DOJ, and he issued a statement yesterday that my reason was not personal but institutional, you don't buy that kind of reasoning.
I don't buy that, but it's okay. I will not argue with Mr. Guevara. I will not argue with him. He has recused himself, so we will take up the slack. I don't think that there is anything to make a big deal of. I consider it a personal reason, and we will move from there. We will just move on from there and defend the case in the Supreme Court if there have to be oral arguments. If there will be oral arguments.
And since the Solgen was saying, my fate is up to the President as the appointing authority, but as the supervisor of the Solgen, will you take any action against him?
I have no comment on that. I cannot comment on that. I think that it's really beyond my pay grade to make any judgment. I just have to be a professional in this case. We just have to be very professional about our jobs. Wala namang personalan to, trabaho lang.
But there's no official memo to him about your sentiments now, about...
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We just talk to each other like gentlemen when we have to.
So you have talked with him already?
I haven't spoken to him. But I will not anymore delve into the reasons behind this move. Because we have to move on from here. We cannot stay in the past. That thing is past already. It's a past issue already.
So you are saying you are ready to face the next, so you are moving on forward. So you are now preparing for the possibility.
Yes, we will prepare for a possible round of legal arguments if need be, because the way that I've said it already, it's a done deal. Man is already under the jurisdiction of the ICC. It is extraterritorial. It's in another country. So it's beyond the scope of our legal system already. We have already turned over the person arrested to the ICC for proper trial in this position.